Tuesday number 13. New shoebox short sequences.
There's nothing on the other side. Just a window. You know, you can go and spy them and go into the house, but nothing happened. Right?
Well,
You're gonna go to nowhere. Now
we
you
decided
cannot complain.
we decided to be like you and have a small space, so you cannot complain that your combination doesn't fit in your house.
Anytime I do the lesson, I have to bring the mirrors running closer to me, and more close, because people say, no, you have a lot of space, we don't have. And say, right now, you don't see for the camera, but right here, transparently, is one mirror. So you cannot pass in that direction, you see? It's right over here is the door.
So you do that.
Let me walk in, close the door, you need to open again, close the door, and then you're done. Anyway, so what happened is we're gonna work a lot of double times from my side to her, for both. We need to work on it in all that types of double times. We're gonna start with this. We're gonna use it all the time. We're gonna continue with Donato dancing. Double time for me, double time for her, maybe double time for both. We see how we're going. We're gonna start first. We want a kind of easy pattern, a way to say it. The difficulty in the easy pattern, and that first part in the beginning, is the change of the way, because it's usually with the right side forward. But it's very used to Jamaica. I believe everybody already should know that, but we don't know. So we have a baldosa normal again, 1, 2. So we're not gonna go outside in 3. We're gonna go right in front. So I walk with a lot of energy here, change the way, and go back again to the baldosa. So you keep doing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's not a balance. Don't confuse. So we have it. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and ocho. Your favorite number. It's not the 13. Yeah, ocho. So you're gonna start easy. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8. On the 8, we're gonna start to do the turn to the left. So they go with the whole sequence, so you can have it. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, and 1. La sacada. 2, barrida 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8. That's the whole sequence. It's very easy. Sounds like it, but kind of complicit in the music. Let's say 1, 2, 3, and 4. Side, same way, back ocho. And from here, and when we receive the last back ocho, we curve in completely to start to give a chunk to her, to go to the first sacada. Let me show you what happened in my body, specific in this part. Start from the beginning. I have a normal, this is easy. 1, 2. Over here, I feel like I go under. I'm gonna exaggerate. I feel like I go, That is the sensation. The big feeling feel like that, like a Matrix movie, right? That's the first sensation, feeling here. 1, 2, and I feel that big sender for the tummy. 1, back, ta. More or less like a caída, but we are not a full fall. And then it's coming the ocho. So I do again so you can see the action. It's a 1, 2, and I recharge like I fold in my jacket in over, or my tummy over, and I deliver it down. There, change way, back, side. I change my way for the ocho and the double time of the music. Ocho, one full ocho, one cross, second cross. At the third cross, I take it as a first back cross of the turn. I do that turn and I keep this foot behind. Foot behind. I continue giving more to her when she's in the forward cross. Then I'm making my first sacada. That means we need to achieve in that sacada that I am here and my sacada is over here. So very much it's a big turning on your body for the position of the feet. It looks like a 360, but it's much less than that. Why is it much less? Because my hip is already here. My foot is in the back. For the picture of my foot is from that point to this point. The pivoting of my feet is from here to here. It's very short angle. It looks like it's, wow. It feels and looks like you have to do this. So let's try one more time. This part we see this base. So we have it. 1, 2, and over here is coming that energy, guys say. Like if we do, but it's not that big. It's just a sensation. It's just to send the double time faster for her. The shift of the way, back, side again in the position 2 the baldosa, shift of the way, back ocho, 1, 2, prepare for the turn. So she's going 1, 2, pivot for me, first sacada. We continue open, second sacada. And over here it happened again the same. This display to her, we're gonna bring the leg all the way to here very much, so I can sweep. And now we're gonna have it and a running to go back to the end of the sequencing. It's very short, it's very easier, but it's very complex on the technique of the upper body. Let's do some exercises based on the change of way, on the shift of the way. Let me play the music and we do a few times together around the room so we can have this sequence change 1 and 2 and 3. We do a few times of that, okay? So the exercise it is on the 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2. And I put the music so we can enjoy it with that and practicing with that. Let's talk a little bit about the preparation in this step. In this double time that we're using, I have a 1 and a 2. On the 2, I slow down the movement and I recharge the energy to do the double time. But we don't want to do double time as a running because we usually recharge, we're going straight ahead to the double. So the recharge of the energy is the same. But at the same time, you need to create this back movement that we talking previously to stop in just one step. You could execute the change of the waist quickly to the side. We're going to show you for 2 angles. So we have it. 1, hold, recharge, release, stop, change to back and start again. Right? So from here happen this. 1, 2. I recharge, I release, stop and change and go back again to the 1. We change for another angle. We have a 1, we stop in the 2 and we recharge. we release, we stop, and we change the way, and we go back to the 1. So you remember the shift of the way, it has this shape, right? It has this shape. It's not just I change my leg. When I went forward, I accelerate and stop the movement or slow down the movement, would be better maybe expression. Decelerate the movement to shift the way to my left. So I have it 1, 2, recharge, 3, and 4 to go back to the 1 of the baldosa. Because there's something that if we don't do that with our body, it's very difficult to communicate that to the follower. And then the follower has always a hard time to do her change way. So if I don't do the change of the torsion, my partner might be changing the way maybe because she knows the choreography that we're doing because we take the same lesson, or you attend to do 2 or 3 times and we fail to do it, and then she say, oh, he wants to do the change way, you start to guess it. But that's not going to be the idea, right? The idea will be to we lead it, she understands it, we execute it, and we have a good dance, with good communication. 1, 2. So when I give the energy to go, I already give it the energy to stop and the curving to this side. So my sensation of the body, it has this, this shape. So going in and down. Down to 1 side, back and back and back, shift 1 again, 1 shift 1 again, 1 shift 1 again. Another typical cadencia that could be helping you to see this better is our body. It has this shape, yeah. So you're gonna see sometime when you go to the milonga and you see where the couples are dancing. You see those cadencias, movimientos cadenciosos. Yeah. Well, the mixes of both of them, it will create the action. Meaning, why I say both? Because you have one in this direction and one in the other direction, like in a wave. We say, in a wave action on the body, because the body goes in this direction and change to the other one. Of course, I exaggerated right now to you can see it, but it's very typical to see on the couples when they are more advanced to have those waves on the body. Well, those waves help a lot on shifted away, double timings, look pretty, look cute on the dancing. So let's try one more time. We have it 1, 2. So we have that preparation. The preparation has and 1 side of the heart. Right down. Raise down to change, back to walk again. So the movement go very on the ground, raise up, change position, and that shifting happens. You will go 1 again to the baldosa. Now let's continue with the next part of here. So we have it. We already practicing the shifting of the way on the beginning. It's just one time. Within many times your body get used to the form of the chain way, the cadencia, and also because the usual part is to do right to left. Usually we do side change, but here usually we don't do that often, right? And the other leg, the other one is also more difficult. We're going to be working later on in that too. So now after the first part, we come with the ochos. We have it 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 1 full ocho. Yeah. So in that full ocho over here, we start to recharge for the next double time. Because a double time. Because that sacada is in a time. It's in a 1. The first one, the next phrase, or in a time of the music depends where you start. So you have a 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7 double time. So you need to propose during the last back cross or the second back cross during the first ocho of her to let her know that the next back cross is coming with a lot of energy to do the double time, whereas she's normally will we do backside forward double time in the molinete. So we start the turn over here with the double time straight.
And we're not discussing really, introduction to back ochos because it's just a typical introduction from the side step, right? So you have side step, change system. She's going into her regular ocho. The only difference, some of you who are, new, a little bit newer, when we first learn ochos, we usually do them, we use 2 beats to do one cross. Yeah, we do step, turn, so the ochos are kind of slow. Here we're just taking the time, and then comes the double time. So here the follower, has a little bit speed up. She has to follow because she has to do her full cross with the pivot in one beat. But other than that, there is no really difficulties. Typical entry to the back ocho and then the ochos. What comes next is really interesting because the leader proposes the double time for the follower, but he himself also has quite a curve on his steps.
So what happened is here. Thing to have a concern. We have it, so you don't forget it, this double here. When you go into this ocho for her, you change the way what Anita was mentioning before. It's in a double time, and then the ochos are in normal time for her. Right? So my change is in a double. Now in here, we're leading her with this curving to she has the back side forward.
Around your first step.
Yeah? So say you have a back side, then you pivoting to go into the displacement across when she has the forward cross to you. And then we're going to have a second displacement here. But let's focus first in those 3 back crosses, the full ocho or 8.5 if you want to call it. So we have the ocho right here. We go straight to the ocho. We have it. Chain way, 1, 2, and over here is coming the turn. I rotate it and I send her around. Yeah, usually in this turn, to you guys who you've been in intermediate lesson, we practice this a lot in this format. 1 and 2. We do a chain way and we do that exercise a lot for us. In this case, I maintain my weight on my left leg. So we start the turn in a cross system from the back cross of her. 1, 2, I pivoting and execute my sacada to the trailing leg of her. She's walking side and it's coming my next sacada. And from here we can exit and we go into another picture. So we do again, let's do the ocho in double time. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7. Walk outside.
So one interesting, for me this is interesting because I see it from different perspective. For me, interesting is that, like he receives these ochos sort of in line, and then there is this change from the side step to sort of the front step that is almost overturned. So it has this additional curve. So the normal receiving ocho was in a straight line. Then we opened to going forward, but we didn't really go there. We went around. And then if you observe Hernan's feet, he's walking in a small circles, 3 steps, doing his sacadas. So this step proposes the turn, and then sacada, sacada. If the follower is taken out of the picture, it looks like the leader is walking in a very tiny circle.
Let's point to that again. So you have a back ochos here, right? So when you receive the back cross, the typical our introduction for the turn, right? On the back cross for the follower, on the cross system format, you're taking this movement. So you step underneath her leg. You have a very curving movement, stepping underneath her leg. You're pivoting very much, I say 45 degrees. It's not more than this what you're pivoting in your feet. The drawing of the movement is bigger. So once you navigate forward, you have the first sacada over here. And this displacement, I'm going in that direction. And the next one, I'm walking in this direction to the next wall. Now I'm going to do in a little bit the walkings on my feet by myself. What happened to my feet? You have a side, have a ocho, curving. So you curve the action, you let her go, pivoting, and now you have it. 1, 2 steps. So you can see, observing, when I go in forward, I have a first walking in my open position, not in cross position, open. We walk in 1, 2. Because I make it very much like a little bit one corner, like one L, an angle. 1, 2. And from here I'm gonna walk for the moment. The next angle is bigger, it's a little bit more triangular. The whole effect that we're gonna be making. So you have it. Back ocho first. 1, 2, curving. She's going here. Let her pass. She has back side on the forward. You're gonna go to the trailing leg. Display. She's pivoting, go to the side. That's my rotation. I was coming from this point to go to that point. Now, exit, forward, side finish or resolution, so you can make it in a good format of the steps to practicing. That means you can always separate step by step. So let's take a little bit of practicing for this. So you have a 1, 2, ocho, ocho. Start the turn. Start the turn. First sacada. You change. Second sacada. So for now, take the walk out. Let's try this a few times with the music, and then we go straight ahead to the barrida. So we're really exploring the double time. The double time is in the ochos. Then the curving part. I mean, you did take the ochos, take the first back cross of her side. You pivot, take the forward cross for her in the sacada. On the second one, in that sacada, you have very much the same idea of the previous curving. Just the step is a little bit more longer or open. We are not curving too close. It's a little bit more longer in space. Now, when she's pivoting here, I'm gonna look it with one planeo with my foot, so I can find her foot to do a barrida. That will be the next goal that we're gonna be doing. So we're gonna take for you as a practicing, to when you take the movement, go, keep a planeo, ready for the barrida. So we can do that a few times to both directions. So we can practice all the foot too. So we have it. Displacement, planeo, barrida. And over here you can do the same. Planeo, barrida. Planeo, barrida. Planeo, barrida. Planeo, barrida. As very much if you're doing any forward ochos. Forward ocho, forward ocho, forward ocho, forward ocho, forward ocho, forward ocho, right? If you do any time of forward ocho, you send the foot out as a planeo. Why I say planeo and not lapis? Because the lapis usually has round action. The planeo very much is steady. It's moving around, but because of the pivoting of the standing leg. So the leg is more in place. It's more, let's say, not rigid because I don't want to use tense, but the leg has holding position. So you're pivoting very much on one leg, and the other one is free to find the follower step. Let's look at how that look together. We're gonna start from the turn. We have it 1 and 2, 3. Bah. So you see that will bring my planeo. She's getting here. My planeos go all the way till I found her leg. From here we're gonna do a barrida. Then we're gonna talk about the technique for the barrida and some details that we need to talk over there. So again, we're gonna go just for the last sacada, the second sacada here, and the planeo. So we're gonna do the sacada, send the movement all the way around, and find the leg there. If you observe, I am not seeking for her foot. Very much my leg, because I'm pivoting, that's the maximum of what I can get. Because I have just one opening. What I say I'm not seeking, because I am not trying to find her foot. I am not thinking about this foot to looking for her foot. No, my foot is behind. I just, oh, I found her foot.
Well, you were planning for it.
I do plan. I was planning for it, but I am not seeking. Because what happened is, that's the interesting part of this action, meaning when the person start, okay, I need to get to this girl, and I'm gonna try to go to her and touch her shoulder to invite her a coffee, and you go and you are with your hands like this, and seeking, yeah. The idea is not to seek, it's just to go and straight ahead to what is it. You cannot be seeking, or if you want to be distracted, oh, I just touch her shoulder. So when you do the displacement here, you prepare for that. But my leg is not looking for a foot. It's nothing in there. I'm gonna do for this position that you can see when my foot appears. That's it. I display, my foot is just getting there. Yeah, I have the angle, everything prepared, and then from here on it's gonna come in the barrida. That's something, I mean, it's time to practicing, doing many times possible with your partner. The easy way that you can practice it together, just this part, it will be a side step, and here, and then we're gonna just swing. You wanna do to the other side, you do the same idea. You display my there, you pack to that position. Yeah, so que my knee is soft, my ankles is break, we quiebro el tobillo para poder agarrar el frente del pie de ella, ¿no? Para poder barrer después. Entonces, my feet positions, they are here. See, my knee is bent, my ankle is break down. So you for the back, it's right there. It's very breaking down, very break, but it's not straight. It's not straight, it's not seeking. It's just the planeo, my foot went there. Or the other side, my foot is just there. It's in that position. It is not in this position. If mean this position. Yeah, we know that we're standing up like that. If you do the planeo and you do this is not good. Because this position is this. Yeah? So you need to maintain the position of the feet in there. That open position. Again, that's focusing and with time. Again, we do the action, we display. My foot is there, in that position and not in this position. That position. And I go outside and I will follow her, and very much I reach between the bunion a little bit more in, but not to her heels. just right there, very much bunion with bunion bones of the toes. Before we continue into the barrida, there's one detail that we are missing right here. Here is what's going on between the barrida, yeah, and after the sacada. So what happened after the sacada? And this sacada, this movement continue open the torsion, and that will make her go all the way here. So I have my planeo into this point. So during this transition, during my planeo, and after the sacada, it's coming one movement that you already know. And it's a very known step we're working many times for the last 2 weeks. Parada. So you create a sacada, you create a parada to her, because she's in a parada position, there's no way that she's gonna go. My hands is very much in her ribs. So I approach the maximum at once, and she cannot go. It's an isolation on the body, means my hand, as you observe it, is isolating in the air, and it doesn't go to nowhere, because this is the end of her movement. So this is the parada position. She's there comfortably. So again, I can go to any place I want to be. The follower very much has the contact and the back. They know that anything in here is the limitation of the lining of her action. So if she has a contact and she has no contact no more, the follower will try to looking for the contact on the hands, because the hands was there. If the hand is leaving, she's going to try to looking for that arm all the time. So I keep my hands in one place and I move. If the hands leave, she's going to leave too. Because that's very much the isolation of those two movements. So what happens is, I do the displacement, I create the parada for her, my planeo go to her place. So she can go the much if she wants, and when my hand doesn't go no more, maybe Anita can try to go more backward, but she cannot because my hands is stopping there. So she cannot go more than that. So I go more soft, and now I propose to bend her knee so we can pass through that. So remember, as in any barrida, the movement it has to soft the knee. We cannot go with the leg straight, because imagine if my leg, both of them, not perfectly, because everybody will have differences, not difficulty, differences in our leg. But very much by millimeter differences, the both legs are the same height, the same level. So imagine if I put this leg down. This leg can never fit in this link from my hip to the floor. Flat, I can't. So the only way to my leg can pass flat if I am wooden in both legs. So if one leg is bent, the other one must bend in to pass into that space. I mean, I talk in the space between my pelvic or my hips into the floor. This level, this distance. So if you see from my hip to the floor is one distance. I don't know how many inches or this is, or centimeters this is, but I put that this is 60 to say, centimeter to say. And I'm here. By now, this is 50 or 40. So the length of my other leg is 60. So 60 cannot fit inside 40. It's just that logic. So imagine in the moment that she's going into the parada, right? We display, and she has the parada. So that leg is very low, and this very low and high between hips and the floor, right? And this leg is the free one. Because this leg is as a measurement, this is very long. If I try to maintain my hands where it's going, the leg is this long very much.
If I turn, because look what happened. Yeah, what happened I make this leg long by bending this leg, right? So right now, if I try to keep this standing leg in that bent position and I try to pass this leg, I have to do this, right? Because that leg is now higher, actually even more because I already unbent it, but it's basically this. Yeah, so in order to pass, now I have to accommodate, I need to relax the knee to pretty much the same level, yeah, to pass it. Yeah.
You know, the other way also to the people they do sometimes here is to bring this to the side, right? But his foot is here and then very ugly and uncomfortable barrida for the follower, right? Because if it's a lapis, she's by herself, okay, the leg can go around because the leg create the diameter or the circumference around.
Different effect.
It's a different effect.
Different
right?
effect for this and different effect for
And
this.
So when Anita's in that position and I am in position in anticipation of her movement, we both bend our knee so we can pass there, right? Even if I want to do here in a side step, I have to, even for me to be in a side step, I have to be more chunny so I can bring her here because it's not going to be working over my hips, but I don't recommend it for now to do it. We take the movement, so we do the displacement, we take the flotation the maximum possible, and then we go there. So we soft our knee to our feet can be passing together.
So maybe let's do this or different exercise just to kind of understand the barrida. Another, most of you already know that how the barrida function, right? So it looks like the leader is pushing follower's leg. It can go another way, yeah, it can go that I'm pushing his leg, depends what's happening. But in this case, the leader is pushing the follower's leg. Well, it's sort of a true, yeah, like he is pushing my leg, he's touching my foot and he is pushing it.
Well, not in a cold blood.
But, right, but it's not the real pushing like you wanna push the refrigerator, right? It's more like he can actually make my leg move from one position, from this position to this position. He can move it with his lead. So then his leg is simply accompanying my leg with a nice touch.
It's a very, like, the lead made me lighten up her body. Her movement is coming much lighter than what we expect. Because if I'm here and she sit, and I want to just to push the leg, man, that leg is heavy, like tons. But if I propose to her to walk, she's gonna go there. So she feels that, and she goes there, right? So when she's going there, I go in with her. So I have now my contact with her because I already have the contact with my feet. So when she feels the action, she say, "Oh, here we going, and we're going together." So the movement is very light. But if I don't do anything, I don't let her move, and I wanna sweep her leg there, it's very hard. Even if she bends her knee and everything, it's very hard to do that. And I think it's gonna be unpleasant also for the follower and the hips. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's unpleasant. But also like so there is couple of tricks. One trick that he is leading it. So no matter if his foot is there or not, he's moving my leg. Now I have to admit that I am doing something. The moment I feel the hook, right? So he's leading my leg to move. But I also felt the hook, right? I feel his leg. Sometimes his leg catches up later as already my leg is moving, right? So I cannot be waiting for him to hook my foot. I'm listening to the lead, yes? So he's moving my leg, but once I feel that hook, once I feel his foot, I start kind of giving a slight resistance, very slight opposition, so I don't go earlier than him. Yes, I mean he tried to make it very precise that the lead and the movement of his foot goes at the same time.
If we have or we hook, right? If I put Anita there in the side, right? This is over here, and I pivot to her into this position, and I have this tape and this side, right? So that tape, I hope you can see it there for the video. So we're gonna do a shortcut, easy, close for you. If we do too much pressure, we're gonna break the tape. If Anita just leave by herself, I have just to dry the tape. And if I just go by myself and she doesn't go, the tape is gonna fall. So we need to help each other to bring the tape into the other side. And the same vice versa. So I lead in those movements to go there and to bring it here. So we need to help each other to maintain that, right? So the action in here is to help each other to maintain that position. So let's put another example. If that tape is in this position vertical like this, and we have the same position both to do a barrida, right? We could, from this position also, got up in the air, yeah, and the tape is with us. So the tape is with us because we have enough pressure with each other to support the movement. I know sometimes we do those exercises, but you can do with anything. When you do with the car, with the tape, with the glass of champagne, no. With the bottle of wine, no, because it's too heavy. Something lighter, tape, or something ball, something difficult to hold. Not a square and a tape, glue. Oh, look how cool I am. So what's going on is this. We're going to use our thumb. Because our pressure is very minimal. You don't have to overtrick your partner. You move very slowly. And the other person try to go with you to help you to maintain this tape with your hands. So you can create any direction you want to do, and the other person will help you. And then we can reverse exercise, right? Can be here, and Anita, it can be leading the movement. And so the only thing I do is just follow what she does. So that gives to us many possibilities. As you observe, for 1 second I stop talking, so I can focus in on my following. Because I hear and listening the movement. Me as a leader, I will hear that she hear me, and I have to wait behind to she respond. If, for example, when you do this exercise, if I lead the movement here and I just go, she don't have a time to catch. She can be the fastest person possible. No time to catch. So when I attempt to move, I wait till she move till I move. And then just what happened? I go in this direction, I wait for her connection to go. When I go there, I feel till she going. And that's what helping us all the time to maintain the connection. The same happens in the feet. Meaning, when we do this on the foot, it happens the same thing. She's here. So when I got the movement, and we're gonna be walking, I propose to her. I'm gonna take this one over here, you can see it. It's a different proposal. It can be any leg, the barrida. Entonces, I propose her as a communication to walk, and we feel that connection. Entonces, our body says, where are we going? And our foot maintain the connection. Our body says, where are we going? And our foot maintain the connection. Entonces, we navigate. If it's from here, I ask him verbally to Anita to drag my foot back there, and I'm here. It's gonna be hard for both if we're gonna lose balance. Why? Because our axis, is very delicate and it's very light, it doesn't move the much they need to move to the barrida happen. And doesn't mean that we're moving, I don't know, 5 feet or 3 feet or 2 feet. We're moving millimeters, one side to the other. And that makes our body goes in that connection. Doesn't that we can transfer weight or we cannot transfer weight, and then we can lead the movement to go back and forth. So as an exercise, what we can do, you can practice different things. One, you're gonna practice first the back ocho, que is much easy to catch this movement, and do a parada. You have a possibility with this foot or with this foot to do the barrida, right? I think we did working in one of the last lessons in the intermediate before all this cycle, we were working in that. So while we stop in here, we have I can do a barrida in that direction. I can bring it back. We can stop over here, and I can change my other foot and propose her to go there. ends to go here. So as you see, by now I call it a drag or sweeping for her to me, because I propose and I feel like I'm taking her foot. And from here I sweeping her foot, right? Now I can be changing to the other leg in a little bit, and we can take the other leg, okay, the one we're using today. So here we have two possibilities again. I can take the front of her feet or the side of her feet. If I take the front of her feet, is what we did by now, mean the inside, the inner side of her foot. From there, we can have this barrida, or this one back. Or I can change the foot and go with the other leg. Mean in the outside of her foot, the inside of my inner foot. And propose the movement to go there, and propose the movement to go here. Yeah, and then we can release and take it and pause. For this type of exercise, you can do many times. Sometimes, being suggested to you can practice those barrida with an object. If you are alone, you can try with another shoes. You can try to do with a tape, as you did before. We can try in many ways. For example, if I put these shoes on the floor, I can just get here and sweep in this direction, right? To say, okay, this is the shoes I'm gonna sweep, and I sweep in that direction, right? But in this case, you're gonna bring it back, yeah, because the shoe doesn't have it, that part. If it happens, I have a stick in my hand, in my foot, have some tape in my foot, and you see the shoes moving backward, you can start screaming. That is witch stuff. So from here the same, you can sweep in that direction. You can do sandwich, feel the soften, and sweep in the direction you want to go, right? But it's not a kick. Yeah. Those exercises you can do as a partner together to listen the communication one with the other, and at the same time you can practice it later on with an object. Generally, we're gonna suggest that those objects not be in a chair that's too heavy, or in a broom that doesn't have a flexibility, and then you press them with the hands. It has to be something light, the shoes, tape, not a ball, because the ball is gonna roll and escape from you. It has to be something flat, solid, where you can feel what is to move the leg in this format there.
Yeah, like a yoga block or another shoe is pretty good.
Very good to do, all right?
So that's the exercises we want you to practice. Just a couple of back ochos to the famous parada, and then barrida.
You can do barrida to her, she can do to you, and then you can go together and say, okay, let's do more ochos, because we don't know how to do ocho yet. And we do a parada because we forgot to practice the parada, now we have the other leg, and you do the same. There, here, change the leg, there, here. And then again, put together and take it some walk. Later on, you can practice it to do for any places. There are many possibilities, but the main idea is to find what is the barrida about, what is the parada about. And after that, we can start to build up more stuff. So let's continue forward here. So we have at the beginning of the combination 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, to here. Yeah? So now I have it 3, 4. So this movement, because it has a long rotation, after the sacada, you did 2, 3. So that will take a long time. 2, 3. She land barrida, barrida, go up to axis, change your way as a sandwich position, and you're gonna take the baldosa and turn in 6. You remember the baldosa turning in 6, right? So we have a normal baldosa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could walk in 6. So we start the baldosa normal, and we turn in 6 straight. 1, 6, 5, 4, 5, 6. Very much that's the idea that we take it.
All parallel system in this, right?
So we have it 1, 6, 5, 4, 5, 6. Very much that is what happened on the end. When we take it a movement, so we have it 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Might change the way, yeah? So now we're gonna have that moment. 5, 6, and 7, 8, and wait. That means in the last step, we do just into the walk forward and follow the baldosa, and then we stop right there. And we're gonna take the movement again. We're not gonna complete the baldosa and turn in 6, meaning we're not gonna do the resolution forward side finish. We're gonna do just forward. We stop and we're ready to take off again. So we're gonna go again. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. Wait, and 1 again. So from there you can wait a little bit, or you can take off immediately. The more you get used to the pattern, the easier it will be for you. So we have the preparation for the barrida. We sweep. We got into the axis on the sandwich, and we have in my body in this momento, after my sandwich, I have this action. See, I start to shift my weight from my right to my left with this curving. And then I start to go back immediately. That means we're going to take the barrida very much toward you guys. So we have it, the barrida. So we got together. She sandwich me very much. When I change my way, you can see our cunita, yeah, rotating like a little rocking baby on the arms. And then we take it backward, 1. Right? So from this position, you have it 1, 6, 5, 4, stop. Because it's a rotation in 6, you can very much navigate and change the angle as much as possible. As you see today in our shoebox, yeah, we managed to make it very much 2 of this pattern to go back in the same place, right? In this rotation. We could curve in this even more. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 5, preparation, and rum ta ta in together.
Now, I want to point to one sensation that happens there, because that 8, I mean, we're saying 8 and wait. It feels like waiting. There is no more numbers to wait. Yeah, it's 8 already. Yeah, it's 8 and 1. So that a little bit feels like a kind of going like a swing. Yeah, like it goes there and then it restarts again. So even though we just finish one combination and we're starting the same combination from the beginning, it kind of feels like there is something in it. It's like a special swing, or a little fall, or a little suspension, a little something. So I don't know if you wanna give away
No,
something.
no information there. And that moment happened very much the same what we did just before this and back. Just in this moment, it happened just at the end of the movement. It's there and start 1, 2, 3, and. That very much the same exercise or the same sensation that you did in the beginning on your right leg and ending on the left leg. In this case, when you go there, you go to the end of that leg. You already have that. It's a swing, yeah. It's like a swing in the park.
Because it feels like
really
finish and
just
then
go back.
releases
Yeah.
back.
So you're gonna feel like it's a little up and back again to the caída. It's just a suspension, slow down the movement. So let's try again. We have a 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 1. Let's do the combination from the beginning to top to we see how that float around the dance floor, and then we're going to talk about some small tips that you need to know to help you to maintain this pattern in the line of dancing. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8 together. As you observe, we could put it together in the line of dancing. Now, 2 tricks that will help you to maintain this organized. Let's talk in this part to say we have the back ocho for her. So we know that we have a 1, 2, to go to 1 ocho. But if I do this ocho just very calm, when I take my curve, it's taking me here. So then if I take my sacada here, and then this here, and then the barrida go oops against the line of dancing. Doesn't mean it doesn't have a resolution. It have a solution. You can take it back, salida para atrás, and do the rotation in 6 with salida para atrás. But we don't want to get to that complication of change of front for you. So we're gonna do with this. We have a ocho there. And the next back cross, I'm gonna bring it into the salon. So bring it into the salon. So the next, que es the turning, is keeping me in the line of dancing. So when I do the barrida, I go in the line of dancing. So the next movement stay in the line of dancing. Because my body doesn't have it will not going to that disorientation to how I going to do to go on the line of dancing. When we start to go into the milonga, start to do all the socializing part, right? Now, so what happens is this. I shuffle this angle. 2, I have 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7. So my ocho is short, and I bring her more into the salon. Meaning I am not bringing her there. So I do a short step here, bring her more in. Now I clear the whole torsion. So my sacada is going into the salon. My next sacada very much is going in back and again to the line of dancing. And my barrida very much is going into the salon, into the line of dancing, sorry. So the feet together and then coming the rotation and 6 of the baldosa. That's very much what it is. We do with the music a few times, and then we lay you there and we see what's going on.
Seguir con tus palabras, si tú quieres un soplo nada más, se destrozó mi encanto, te la pierdo, que ya no puedo brindarte amor jamás. ¿A qué venir nombrando a ti? supe que tu querer fue toda una traición. ¿A qué venís si sabes que a mi madre, si solo a ella volví mi pasión? Te quise ciegamente, te quise con pasión, te quise inmensamente y con ilusión. Mi amor, tú bien lo sabes.